Okay, so we are going to go along now and we are going to do the bark. And the bark takes a pretty long time depending on what kind of bark that you do. Please go back again and look at the bark on the examples that I gave you, because there's a lot of different ones that you could do. I really like those examples. So there's different ones that you can do. The bark really does make the piece really good. It's one of the highlights of the piece. So you want to pick something that is interesting and that's going to be maybe something that you really like. Okay. I'm picking something like this. You can look at the internet and see different things that you could do for this. I just picked this one just because it's simple and I can do it shortly in a pretty short time on here. So, and here's another idea. I think it's best to do it in pencil first. Now, if yours is really detailed, after you do it a couple of times in pencil, you might want to go ahead and switch over to your pen, because so it just doesn't take so long, kind of like with the Zentangle when we were doing that. All right, so I'm looking at this one and looks like I'm going to start with the branches because those are the easiest. Okay, I'm going to start with these little rings. And again, I do have a short, this, not a short, but a thin tipped Sharpie that you may, like I said, I feel like it's better. Like if we were in the classroom, I would be having you all, I would have these for everybody that to use. So if you can get a thin tip Sharpie, it would be great. If not, you can do what you can do. All right. You still use your other Sharpie. So I'm putting all these in here. And again, you can make up yours. You don't have to do something from the internet. I just think it's easier sometimes to look and copy sometimes. And again, that is the beginning stages of art, is to copy other people's kinds of things, creating your own. That's a first step in learning anything. Okay, so don't feel bad if you're looking for ideas in that. And eventually you'll come up with your own ideas. And that's okay. That's how we get stuff in our brain. All right, so I'm just did this stuff first. All right. Now, this next part I'm going to do with a pencil first because I want to make sure that I don't want to mess up. All right, so I'm looking over here and I'm like, okay, so lots of little lines and then some, I'm looking over here, little lines and some curved lines. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Again, doesn't have to be exactly like this. This one, it's got a little heart on the end. We got like a little knot in the tree. And again, don't draw too dark so that you can erase. You're also giving, this is, giving the tree texture. Heart. Do a heart here. All right, so I've got my bark here. Now I'm going to go over it in the Sharpie. All right. So I've got my bark. Now I want you to now go ahead and put this in Google Classroom as well. I want to see your bark. Okay. So go and put this in Google Classroom now.